We're gonna go and see if we can get inside. So let's see if we can get in.
Congressman, can we have any questions?
Go in.
Congressman.
Those were the political theatrics that took place yesterday as dozens of Republican lawmakers barged into a closed-door deposition of a Pentagon official, Laura Cooper, and that unfortunately postponed her deposition, but that deposition was eventually done, and the theatrics would have been even more theatrical if those Republicans got their way. They actually wanted to be taken out in handcuffs for optics. That was what their plan was. So, Cenk, I know that you weren't here when this story broke. We covered it yesterday, but I just wanted to quickly get your thoughts on what the Republicans did yesterday. And I want to note, again, reiterate that there were Democrats in the room as Cooper was supposed to do her deposition. I'm sorry, there were Republicans in the room. It's just that the relevant committees were in the room. That's the way this process is supposed to go down.
I would have given them their wish. I would have let them out in handcuffs because it's really important. Why? Look, guys, this is how they break down the rule of law. This is exactly how fascism takes hold, where they slowly break one rule after another and then one law after another, daring their opposition to do something about it. And if their opposition doesn't do anything about it, they're like, great, now we have free reign. The Republicans have done this in the past and they stole an election doing it. So it's called the Brooks Brothers riot, meaning guys in fancy suits pretending to be real Americans. It was down in Miami when they were doing a recount of the Gore-Bush election in 2000. And a bunch of Republican lobbyists and consultants pretended to be regular Americans who were outraged that we were actually counting the votes in a Democratic election. And they banged on the doors and the windows until the people inside counting got so scared they stopped counting. And the delay led the Supreme Court to eventually say, oh, this is taking too long. So you know what, we're never gonna count those votes in Florida. And by the way, the news organizations did count those votes. It turns out Al Gore had not just won the popular vote, he had won the Electoral College.
Jeez.
He had won the state of Florida under every recount of the state of Florida. So these thugs have done it before. This time, they use their own congressmen as thugs. They break into a secret proceeding. And so think about a couple of messages they sent that way. One, if you're secretly testifying in front of Congress, we're gonna expose you. We're gonna out you and we're gonna show you to all the cameras. We don't give a damn about any rules protecting whistleblowers, protecting secret testimony. We don't care. We'll put you in danger.
I gotta clarify one thing though, because I know what you mean, but just in case people don't understand the wording you used. Her testimony wasn't secret. Everyone knew that she was gonna testify. It's just that it was a closed door session and it's meant to be a closed door session. And so not only is it problematic for them to just barge in like that, they barged in with their cell phones, with electronic devices that are not permitted in that room.
But think about the message that it sends. That's exactly right. And in that case, look, and there's so many leaks that most of the time that you find out the identities of these people anyway. But if you're a whistleblower and you don't want your identity found out, and you know the Republicans can burst in at any second with cell phones and show people this is the scum. That's what Trump is now calling them. Anyone who opposes them in the Republican Party, he's calling scum. So they can burst in and go, I don't care about your identity. This is the scum. Everybody go get them. Okay, second thing, a message they send is, we don't care about laws and rules. So Democrats and Republicans, again, there's Republicans in the room from 3 different committees. We don't care about your rules. We don't care about norms. From now on, the only law and rule that matters is our ability to act physically in this world. And so if you let them get away with it, they'll do it again and again, and they'll break another rule and another law. So the next time they violate a law, if it really is something that would cause them to get arrested, I would arrest them immediately.
So Fox News and the actual news part of the company did break a story indicating that they wanted to be taken out in handcuffs. There was never any threat of arrest, but a source said some members asked to be arrested, citing the optics of being marched out of the SCIF in handcuffs in front of throngs of reporters and news cameras. That would have surely supported a running GOP narrative that Democrats have run amok with the impeachment process.
No, wouldn't have, you idiots. It would have supported the narrative that you guys are breaking the law. That's why you're in handcuffs. Like if from time to time progressives do civil disobedience and then you get led away in handcuffs. Why? Because you're saying, hey, this is so important. We're trying to draw attention to this thing. Okay, you want to do it that way? Fine. But you are breaking a law. That is why you are in handcuffs. So then they're like, oh my God, you see this? We break every law we want, even though we're United States congressmen, and we dare you to enforce the law. And the Democrats, like suckers, don't enforce the law. How many other meetings are they gonna break into? Look, if we had strong Democrats, they'd be like, oh, you wish to be locked up? No problem, can do. All 35 of you are gonna stay in whatever prison they send you to for, I don't know, however long it takes. Let's take mug shots. And so let's see if next time you're gonna bust in here again. My guess is you're gonna think twice about it. And every one of those guys from then on, if I was the leader of the Democrats, I would say the criminal Matt Gaetz, because then he would be a criminal. Okay, you wanna break the law, you wanna be a tough guy, all right, suffer the consequences. Matt Gaetz, I told you before, is the leader of the brown shirts. I told you that when fascism comes, Matt Gaetz would be the head of the brigade. And there it is, exactly. They say, okay, look guys, I'm telling you, man, read the history of the Weimar Republic and what happened in Germany in the 1930s. This is exactly what they did in the beginning. They dared their opponents to enforce the law, and their opponents were too weak to enforce the law, and then there was no law.
So I want to go to one final part of this, and it's Judge Napolitano on Fox News talking about this very story, and he talks about this particular law and where it came from.
I read the House rules.
Okay.
And as frustrating as it may be to have these hearings going on behind closed doors, the hearings over which Congressman Schiff is presiding, they are consistent with the rules.
They can make any rules they want.
Well, they can't change the rules, they follow the rules. And when were the rules written? Last, in January of 2015. And who signed them? John Boehner. And who enacted them? A Republican majority.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.